So in the last video, what we saw the logic for our code. Okay, now in this video we will write the actual code for this. We try to write the actual code for this, but in my head it is like this code will have a crazy time complexity that is not O of n but n square or n cube for some reason, because um, because I have a feeling that um,
We're back again. Yeah, फिर से वापस आ गए हम लोग. And I don't like the essay, bro. I'm being honest. So much stress. Let's be positive. Just like 25 minutes I have to spend thinking all the best. So 25 minutes and I'll just pause it. I'll say like this is my update and I'll just send it. Okay, what do you need? Notepad? Yeah, you need a notepad, you need MS Paint, yeah, to draw things like whatever understanding you develop so that you can clearly see things. And the other thing you need a pen and copy. I have a pen there and I have a copy there, I'll use that. So today's thing is this. How can you create a function name find longest string that determines the length of the longest substring with all characters in a given string using the sliding window approach? I need to understand sliding window as I said in the last video, and I have not done it. But let's try attempting this question. Find the longest. How can you create a function name, uh, function keyword, longest function that determines the length of a longest substring? All the distinct characters in a given string using the sliding window approach. Oh, longest substring. Okay. Basically, what it is saying, let me just. I understood the question, but that doesn't actually say that I can solve it. But let's say, for example, hello, mad, the Fokker, Asian, baby. Okay, I don't know why I have written this, but we can ignore the lowercase. Let's make everything lowercase. So what it is saying, find something like HEL. Okay, we found the biggest string. Okay, we can continue. No, you cannot continue. Why? Because as soon as you continue, yeah, you will see that there is another same. So you have to get rid of the entire thing. What do you mean? You have to get rid of it? Yeah, we get rid of it. So basically, you have to start the window again from here. Okay. So HLOMA. Yeah, I'm feeling happy. DY. Yes. FU. What do you mean FU? Hopefully there is nothing. Every character is distinct. Yeah. C. Yeah. K. Yeah. E. Yeah. R. Yeah. A. Again, you have to copy this and like let's say paste it down here. Like okay, this is in our memory. This is the longest string. Before this was the longest string where we did not find anything, every character continue contiguously, but every character was different. So these are the two, but we'll compare these two. Yeah, I think this is bigger. Of course this is bigger. Length is bigger of the string, so we'll get rid of this and we'll set as like temporarily our biggest string is this. Okay, but why did we stop here? Why did we stop here? Why didn't we continue? Because as you can see, A was common here and A was already inside it. Okay, so okay, we can get like that. Yeah, we can again continue like this. A S I. Okay, we gotta stop. What do you mean we gotta stop? Yeah, we gotta stop. Why? Because again we can add up. No, we can't do that. We'll not do that. We can do that, but we'll not do that. I mean, like my brain is thinking of how to optimize this further. Like for example, if it has reached already here, and as you can see, the length of this thing and this thing is this is smaller. So why do I even search anything further? That should stop then and there, right? And how do we figure it out? We can figure it out by having a check, like the length of this string and the length of the remaining string by removing whatever was in front by like this. You know what I'm saying, right? And comparing the string and not even continuing further to check. And we can stop few checks. We can preserve few processing power, like milliseconds, some milliseconds, or microseconds, who knows? So you know what I'm saying. So biggest string turns out to be this. So this is the entire question basically. How do we do this? I don't know how will I do this, but I'll try my best. I'll come back after 25 minutes after creating something, and if I am able to solve it in 25 minutes, is good. If I am unable to solve it in 25 minutes, then what I'm gonna do is I'll continue tomorrow. That's it. Don't force it or don't make it a big deal. Okay, I'll come back after 25 minutes. Take out your copy, pen, notepad, anything, and start doing it. Hey guys, 25 minutes has just like 5 minutes remaining, and I'm so anxious while solving this question. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm most of the time I'm unable to write the code for it. Though I have like correct inputs in my head, the correct logic for it, but I'm unable to put that into code. So anyway, this is what I have written. So we use a function keyword to create a function name, find longest string, and just takes in as a parameter a string. And and um, so yeah, what was I saying? Sorry. Uh, what was I saying? I was saying, yeah, function keyword is used, longest substring string. And we have done a short circuit here. We will be writing the code for short circuit here. It will be returning null if the string length is 0. If you pass in a string which is have nothing to compare with or nothing to find, long string n 0. And if the string length is 1, just simply return the string itself. For example, if it's a, then the longest string will be a only, right? But after that, the main thing starts. I don't know what have I done here, but sliding window has this concept of adding and subtracting from beginning and end, okay, that somehow pushes the window forward or backward. I want to implement that, but you know what, my mind is just not letting me. I feel so sorry from inside, I don't know why. Anyway, let's for example have starting 0 and we have set the end to 1, and this is the entire string. And I thought like we can use frequency counter. Yeah, and we have used it later on. The first Uh, okay, the first time what would happen in there are basically three variables here: our string and temporary longest string. These are two variables we have created, two different variables. First time our string, okay, will have m and a. And why? How did it put a? It checked for the frequency counter object, which we have just. First of all, it was empty, but when the start came at m, it entered it inside it and it set its frequency to 1. Okay, and it compared uh, string at position 1, which is a, and it tried to find it like whether that thing was inside the array. If since it was not, so it was added into our string it was added into our string, as well as our that also got updated. What? Our frequency counter object got also updated. And one more thing I would like to say: if we end up encountering something, if we end up encountering something, okay, or wait a second, let me just set a timer for 6 minutes. Huh. If we end up encountering something, if we end up encountering, what was I saying, man? If we end up encountering something like a similar letter again, a same letter again, when we encounter the same letter again, what are you gonna do? We will just simply set our object to an empty object, our frequency counter object to an empty object, as well as our string like whatever is there in our window, let's call it window, whatever is on the window, we'll clear it to be like empty string. Okay, these two things. The third thing would be our longest string. Our temporary longest string will not be set to 0. Of course, it will contain the longest string, possibly the longest string, like that. Second time it takes mad, same logic, put d is inside it because d is not found in the frequency counter. And third time would be again m is encountered. What do I mean? Like again, you can see m is again encountered. In that case, m has a frequency of 1 already in our frequency counter. So what would happen? Um, the two thing will happen with our frequency counter object is either that character is already not existing there, or as said as having null as a well, it will have a frequency counter of 1. So okay, so our first temporary big string would be mad, okay, but frequency counter will be empty, as well as our our string variable will also be empty. Okay, now fourth time again it will start doing with m, it will add m to itself because m is not present in the frequency counter because frequency counter was empty. A will be added, x will be added, I will be added, and then it will compare, it will see our temporary Why will it compare? It will compare when it will encounter any same letter again. Okay, after it has done it, it will compare maxi and mad. Maxi, why maxi? Because as you can see, mad was the first longest string, temporary longest string, and after that maxi becomes the longest string, because after that m again starts repeating in the string, in this frequency counter object. So it will compare. Mad was initially the longest string. Now it's comparing that our string and compares it with temporary longest string. It compares and finds out that our string is bigger, so it updates the temporary longest string with maxi and sets our string to 0, objects to 0. It's, I think, doable. It will happen, if we work on it. That's it, and it's continuous. And at the end, it is mus mus, and it's again okay. There is a thing at the end here. Um, as it runs out of the loop, and it finds out that okay, we have finished, we have got to the end of the loop, and we have mus at the end. And what should we do right now? What they would do right now is basically compare whatever our object is, and our object's length with our temporary big string's length. And if it finds out it's bigger, right, it finds out it is bigger, like whatever it ended, reached the loop, end of the loop, and finds out it is bigger. So what it do? It will just update itself, and at the end it will return us our object. This is our biggest string. It will return our biggest string in the loop, from the string, biggest substring from our string. So I'm sorry, it sounds confusing, but this is the logic right now. So I'll come tomorrow, or maybe the afternoon, or at night. I think I have some other work, so I'll try to think about how will I do this, how frequency counters I will be using, and yeah, how will I implement the last part. But I think this is how we'll do it. And I think at my head it has a frequency count, it has a time complexity of O of 1, O of n. So I think it will be good. So I'll catch you up later. Till then, take care, be safe, and bye bye.
So in the last video, we, I think, we didn't go much far. We were like somewhat like the rest of the code has to be written like what out like at the end what it should return, that has to be written as well. And by the way, I kind of thought of a new solution for this. That what was the new solution? It was more like using dot index off instead of using this frequency counter, because it becomes kind of pointless here, because dot index off also uses a for loop kind of thing, and the inside frequency counter also uses that same thing. But how do I implement that? How do I implement sliding window in it? Is also kind of doable in my head, but I don't know how to implement it. Let's just go with whatever solution we were doing last time. So I'll set up a timer of 25 minutes and try and write whatever. I'll go review what I have written, and I'll start to write the later part of the code. And if I get time in 25 minutes, I'll even try to write down the notepad. See, it's taking so long. It shouldn't take that much long. Plus, we are new to this, so 6 hours long. It's fine. So, okay, I'll catch you after I have written the code. You copy out, pen out, and start doing it. So, I felt like maybe we don't need to add any extra lines of code. I'll again take a photo of all of this. I'll show what I've written. So after that, I'll just type this code down on my notepad or PS Code. Okay, the timer is still running. So let me just show you what is the code. Basically, let me explain you the code again. Like what are the changes I've brought? And okay, code has few variables called start, end, and something called temporary longest string, and we have set it for the very beginning stage to minus infinity, because you're gonna use it to compare max. It is a max function to figure out something, assign it some value. Let our current string be equal to empty string, and let Windows frequency counter is empty. Instead of frequency counter, I was thinking of using of index of. Index of would be better to stay with. Actually, we can get rid of this one here, and but still it will be inside a for loop or a while loop. Anyway, so
Yes, the string length is 0, you know that, right? To return null, and string length is 1, then return the string itself. And the very beginning, before starting the fold, we want our current string to have strings first value, since these two are not met, so this will be met. So we can put a else statement and put it inside it, but will not, okay? That after that we have a fold starts from 0 and goes to the length of the string, and has created a for loop for creating a frequency counter. And what it does basically, it checks if in the object if there is any that very character present. If that is not present in the object, then we set it to 1. We put it inside it and set it to 1. And if it's already present, we set it to. So, but basically what we are searching here is WFC. Like in the object, if there is there is an object present, and yeah, instead of this, I wanted to use the index of. That would be way better. But okay, anyways, undefine see define. We just increment the end with 1. End with 1. What does it mean? End with 1 means end with 1. End with 1 means here. If you look, end, start and end, start and end, end with 1. That is the next one. I mean, if the end is literally updated to this one, we're basically increasing the size of the window. Right? Okay. And end with 1. When that object that element is not present in the object, then. And also what we are doing right now, it um, okay, and our current string is also getting added with our current string. Oh, no, 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 no. It shouldn't be like our current string here, but it should be like our string at the end, right? So good, so good. Yeah, our current string. It's the very string here, the whatever string that is passed in, and the pointer, the end pointer is what index of it. That very value we want to pass it in our string. And there's also an else if, like if this is true, then okay, crazy. This can't be true at the same time. So if this part is true, it says basically, oh shit, that very element is found there in our frequency counter object, Windows frequency counter object. I don't know why the fuck am I name things like that so crazy, but okay. So what it basically does, it's first of all it tries to save the value. Like temporary string is gonna use a max function to actually assign a value to itself. If the temporary string is bigger, in the first case it is not, minus infinity cannot be bigger. After that, our current string is set to an empty string, and WFC counter, this one is okay. Our frequency counter object is also set to that. Okay, we're gonna start to end. Okay, what is this crazy stuff happening? We're basically assigning start to end. Basically, whatever was start and whatever it, for example, it ended up finding m at this end. Okay, so we are just setting to end and start becomes one, and the next step, if you will see there, you'll find that it is also updated with one. End is equals to end plus 1. So after that, it is nothing. You just return the temporary string and you're set. And basically, you've got to change the names of the variables and everything. And do that. Let's see how far can we get. Trying to write it down. Even though after writing and trying to run it once, you might see some error. And even if you can't fix some error, great logic, crazy good. We will do chat GPT to it. Literally fucking head up in the edge cases. That's unnecessary. I mean, it will be actually scratching my logic a bit. You have refactored the variables or something. To understand start and longest sub string now, temporary substring or frequency counter like that. So I added the for loop here. Inside it, all the contents will be added. Hopefully it will work. If it doesn't work, I'll chat GPT and make it work. Or livebox.io and make it work. So if I run this code right now, okay, by the way, I forgot to tell you, by default, temporary substring will have a first given string character. Like in this A, it should be there. So let me just check it out by returning the temporary string. Let's see. So we do get A as an output. Let's type X. Let's type X.
So yeah, we do get X, so it's gonna work, I feel. So anyway, so let's continue writing. After that, we'll have to work on the for loop. So actually working on for loop. I'm continuously resetting the time. That I feel like working more and more. So okay, after 5 minutes, I'll stop. I just write the code and stop executing, checking if it is working or not, and what's the better solution for this and everything. Another solution in my head will be trying that tomorrow, or day after tomorrow. Let me tell you this thing actually worked, okay? And I'm not even kidding you, okay? For example, look at, I don't know why it's not working in like small cases. For example, if it is like MA, then it should return MA, right? Because nothing is there. But it just simply returns A. I don't know where the heck M goes. M gets deleted for some reason. But okay, but when it's like big cases like this, so it does return Eximus at the end. Let me just remove everything. So you can see what is happening here, right? So it goes from MAX. I think it is working. MUS. So Eximus, from Eximus, it is working. So basically the biggest longest string is this, right? Because MAD small, MAX EM is like how much digits? 1 2 3 4 5, and 1 2 3 4 5. This is also one of them. So it could return Maximus or something. I don't know, but it is it's giving us output that we want. But it should return Maxim, right? No, it should not, because it is 4 and Maximus is 5 digit. Maximus. So yeah, it's returning. It's actually revealing this the value. So it's working. It's a working code, not gonna lie. Very good. Oh, crazy. It's working, bro. Even if you get these ones right now, it will still return. Yeah, it still returns. So yeah, it's working. Anyway, we need to refactor it more and get it the way we want. Anyway, that's it. Hey guys, so we tried to fix the code last time we did. Um, we'll make it work. Though we have the code ready, but we have to refactor it to make it work. Okay, I'll come back after my code is ready. 25 minutes. So this is our भाई पता है मेरा ये वाला चैनल का सब्सक्राइबर्स रैंडम ही हुआ भाई पता नहीं कोई वो मतलब होता है ना रिलीजियस कुछ ज़्यादा ही वो इंसान फॉलो करे घंटी वाले घंटी लगा के रखा है anyway, so ओके मैं करता हूँ ये करता हूँ पहले so okay what is happening right now is when there is empty string just see what happens. It's running. Sorry for the background noises. So it's showing null because it's empty. Why? Since it's empty. That's why it's showing null. What if it is something? What do you mean something? I mean, what if it is like a letter, let's say F, small f, and so it will return F. What is if it's FA? So it's just return A. I don't know why, but it does. 2 times A. Let's get rid of these console logs. Oh god. The console log is here. Do we have other console logs? We don't. Let's run it. So we get A only. We get rid of the F. I don't know why. So, anyways, fuck it. So we have set a left start at 0 and at 0 infinity. Temporary substring empty. Our frequency counter is also empty. At the beginning, we want our substring to have. Okay. Why not put it inside it? What happens if you put it inside? Okay, let's see. No output. You know what is no output means? No output means no output. Oh my god. चल ही नहीं रहा यार जो तेरा कितना का है मतलब प्राइस कितना का है मैं मैं
इतना महंगा लेकर के तो 20,000 रुपये एक्स्ट्रा देके ये ले लेता। राइजन 9S है भाई, 3060 ग्राफिक। अरे हाँ, बहुत पहले है, पुराना ही है, बहुत पुराना। 90 का मिल जाता था कोई, 90 कुछ का। मैक ले, मैक बेस्ट है। अलग अलग दिखते थे तेरा भाई। जी हाँ, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। अभी ऑफिस में। पता नहीं वैसे क्या दिक्कत है इसमें। Because of the noises here इतना ज़्यादा है ना। So you know what we will do? I think, or I mean, like it works somewhere. Like when I do Maximus. So the biggest word is this Maximus, right? And we get out as Maximus. So it is working on some things, but not on everything. For example, here comes a new word. Let's say as a SQWERTYVUIP. So it will give you a result which hopefully will contain the string. No, it is not. It is just not. You know what we'll do? Say fuck you, and we'll just copy this entire graph. And I think I'm in a very bad mental state to just give up, so I will give up. And I'll ask ChatGPT this to fix this damn code. हल्ला क्यों कर रहा है जब? So, wow, it is close but has some managing still start and pointers as well as the frequency counter. Below are the versions of explosion. Track start. Okay. This is the code and this should work. And we'll just paste it and try to make it work. This is the last thing we are doing right now. Okay, it is working. Bro, it was very close code, but what the fuck, it is working. And ओ भाई, भाई मेरा कोड वर्क कर रहा है, बस थोड़ा सा चैट जीपीटी इस्तेमाल। Yeah, they have used this logic. You can use maximum and things like that. क्या है ये भाई? You can use maximum, relax, use math. Let's just try to make this code close to our code and then we'll debug where is the bug. We should debug on our own, but as you can see, there's so much of noise I can focus on. I don't want to get demotivated and leave it for our entire life, so we'll do it. Okay, at the end we have done it. And what are we returning? It is similar to what our code was. It's almost blue. It's almost blue. It's gonna work. So anyway, if it works or it doesn't work, we do not care. Anyway, so this is all for the video, and we'll do lectures from tomorrow. Enough.